Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our podcast, The Ins and Outs of Selling a Business, and this week's big hurdle. I'm Keith D, President of Osage Advisors. Thank you for being with us again today. So we're working with a client right now. Has a great business. Business is literally booming. His revenues are likely double in this year. EBITDA profitability is going to do the same. We're about to hit the button to go to market, I would say within the next couple weeks, maybe longer. And we broached the subject with this company about, bringing in some talent to help throughout the sales process in the form of a interim part-time CFO or consultant, kind of outsource some of the responsibilities. I mean, he's got a small executive team. As I said, if revenues are doubling from one year to the next, that's a lot of work, right? But he's at the point in his life where, selling the business is really his main goal, right? He's had a great career and very successful. And we brought this subject up because, and you may want to think about this as well, is that, when you're going through selling your business, the world doesn't stop, right? You still have to run your business, right? And so if you have a small team and you have people and your business is booming, right, which is a great time to sell on an upswing, you don't want your team to get distracted, including your, financial team, to get distracted from, the requirements necessary during the sales process. And what we're talking about here is not necessarily prepping the company, because we're prepped here, but an interim CFO could help in that as well. But when we get to certain stages of the sales process, we need to start providing, reams of information during due diligence to the buyer. And if we don't have the resources internally to do that, and we rely on, say, our outside CPA, which is a great resource because they've known you for years, but they're also, as most of us know, the CPA world right now is just flat out. Everybody's busy. They can't give you the immediate attention that you need. It may make sense to outsource some of that due diligence responsibility by bringing in some talent. And there's a lot of value to bringing in this outside CFO type person, right? One, you're going to bring somebody in who has done deals before. They have an open mind perspective on things. They give you that additional resource to pull information together on your behalf, so you can continue to run your business. You continue to make those sales, kind of manage your team, and the process continues to flow along. So there's nothing more important during due diligence than to hit your goals, to hit your dates of when your deliverables on week 1, week 2, whether it's the financials, operations, the personnel, the insurance policies. The process is very involved, and having a resource to bring in to help you with that adds a lot of value. Because if you don't do it, likely it could extend the due diligence period. And if it extends the due diligence period, things could happen that are unfavorable, right? Things, there could be a geopolitical event, there could be a recession, there could be, key employee leaves, there's a million things that could happen during the due diligence process that could kind of like either give the buyer hesitation, kind of rework the transaction. There's a number of things that could happen that are not beneficial. So bringing in an outside CFO type person or consultant who has that kind of experience, objective, unbiased, just wants to get in there to help you get the deal done, it adds a lot of value. And it's going to take a lot of weight off your back, right? It's going to reduce your stress, reduce your anxiety. They're going to work on your behalf only, and they're solely focused on getting the deal done that works for you, and they work in conjunction with us, right? We're all working as a team. We're trusted advisors, but having that additional resource in there can really be a huge value add to you when you're selling your company during the due diligence period. So if you're planning to sell your company, you're thinking about it, kind of look around the room and see what people, what functions, how much do you rely on your outside, quote unquote, CPA in this case, most likely person to do all this kind of work for you. And if you realize that he or she has got a full plate, that they can't give you the attention immediately that you need, right? I mean, the CPAs are always going to get the work done, they're deadline oriented. But in this case, you need someone who's going to be solely focused, and their main objective is to provide the information and support the transaction, support you, support us to get the deal done. Very, very important conversation you should have with your partners, with your team. Does it make sense to bring that resource in? And I think it would, at the end of the day, the value add to bringing somebody in to help out through this process is immeasurable, because once you get the deal done on your terms, you're going to be quite happy. And I think it would be a great investment on your part if it's required, depending on the kind of business you have. Again, I'm Keith D., President of Osage Advisors. Thanks for being with us today for The Big Hurdle. If you enjoy it, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Ins and Outs of Selling a Business. Learn more about Osage Advisors. You can visit our website at osageadvisors.com. Any questions, please feel free to contact me at kdee@osageadvisors.com, or pick up the phone and give me a call at 860-767-3273, extension 1001. Thanks again for being with us, and have a great day.